Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to break down the Nitro Team Double Boa boot. That's right, we're diving into all the features you can expect from this boot. It's not an actual review, we're going to tell you how it fits, we're just going to tell you who we think it would work for the best while going through all the different specifications and different properties inside of it. So let's get right into it. One thing I want you guys to remember, the best boot is the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. It doesn't matter what it looks like, it doesn't matter about anything else, what brand, as long as it fits your foot and it fits your needs. You gotta try on as many pairs of boots as you can to find the one that works for you. With the Team Double Boa, you have two boas. That's why it's called the Double Boa. You got the one on the front and the one on the side. This controls the upper and the lower zones. This will give you a more optimal fit when it comes to tightening it, and allow you to fully customize it, whether you want the lower tighter or looser, or the upper tighter or looser. You also do have the fabric cable in there instead of the steel cable. So some people like it, some people don't. I'm a fan of the cable, the metal one personally, but you do also have a thumb tag to help release that, to really open up the boot to get in and out. With the internal harness, it's sewn into the actual shell on this. You do have a little pull tab for it. You also have a release grip in there. What I like about this being sewn into the shell is that actually allows for a more snug fit when you tighten it down, so that way the liner and the shell are all moving in conjunction. As this is just a boot breakdown, they sent us a 9.5. I can't try them on, but whatever. That doesn't really matter. What's nice about this boot is you do have an articulated cuff, so that when you're flexing forward, this is actually going to expand a little bit. It's not going to bulge or make weird crease points in there. One of the nice things with the Team is they did this back spine reinforcement here. This is going to make it so that it actually has rebound when you drive into it. You're going to feel that when you push back. It's not as high up as other boots from Nitro, but this does come up far enough that this will work for someone that's using this for all mountain versatility. With the toe box of this boot, you have a welded seam, which means no stitching, and you have a synthetic material. This is a little more aggressive. This should be able to withstand your edge slamming into it, so you won't have issues with that as well. You also have it welded right here, so this is a flex point in the boot. This is nice because as the boot breaks in, this is going to allow it to free flex a little bit better if you're hiking on your toes, really pushing in. It's something that most people don't actually notice. You do have this material right here that kind of protects the guides as well. The one thing you should note is you do have a double stitch seam right around there, so if you're really resting your boot up high, this will cut into it and wear it down over time. And I think that these are built really well. Nitro is criminally underrated with their boots, in my opinion. Are you shopping for boots online? Well, you probably shouldn't. You should go to your local shop and do it there. That way you can try them on so they fit better. But I know that some people can't do that. So if you are shopping online, guess what we did for you? Put affiliate links down in the description below. That's right. That way you can shop from a reputable shop that we trust, and hopefully after this video you're going to be in a boot that fits you the best. This boot does have a Vibram outsole with the Eco Step compound. The Eco Step compound is just a 30% recycled rubber material, which is cool. It's good to see that they're using recycled materials in there because, you know, let's be honest, snowboarding could be a little more green. You got a good tread in here, and then you also have a little air pocket right there that's going to help dampen any impact. So if you come down really aggressive, or even if you're just cruising the blues, get into some chunder or death cookies, it's going to minimize those vibrations that you would feel underfoot. It does have the Cloud 9 liner as well. This is their second highest end liner. I fully recommend that you get this heat molded just because of the type of foam that they use in there. It's going to allow it to expand and then contract around, speed up the break-in process as well. With the Cloud 9, you do get neoprene in the toe. This is going to give it a little bit more extension. So that way if you've got like a longer index toe, it'll push out a little bit. It gives you just a little bit more room. They also move the stitching further back, so you shouldn't feel any pressure points in here. And then on the inside, it's all uniform materials, so you will not feel any of these seams. You do have this outline for the J-bars. Nitro have really aggressive J-bars in their boots, and they create a really deep heel pocket in here. So this is actually really going to grip and lock you in. What's nice that Nitro does is they put the top lock actually on the liner, so when you crisscross this and pull it tight, it's pulling everything over around you, and that's really going to lock you in with this liner. We're about halfway through this video, and I need you to do something for me. Go down, give it a thumbs up. That's right. And if you haven't, why don't you subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for you. The stock insole on the team is better than some companies, but not as good as it should be. You got a little impact foam under the forefoot. You got a little gel padding right there as well under the heel, but the arch support, I mean, if I can push this down with my finger, it's really not going to give you the support you need. I would strongly recommend that you replace these, get something in there, whether it's aftermarket or full custom. Now, with this being the team boot, it is a little bit stiffer. Nitro claims it's an 8 on their flex rating. Flex ratings really don't mean shit to me, because you take a guy that's 165 pounds and put him in a 9.5 versus a guy that's 250 pounds that's in a 9.5. Who's gonna flex it more? The guy that's heavier, obviously. So it's kind of a loose guideline. With that said, it is going to be a slightly stiffer boot. It will break in. Remember, any boot you buy, it's only going to be that stiff from the day you buy it. It's just going to progressively get softer as you wear it down and break it in. One thing you will note is how high the boot cuff is on this. So if you've got a really big calf, this isn't going to expand out as much. This is more of a boot for someone with an average to slightly narrower foot. And it kind of reflects that with how this is going to encapsulate around your calf muscle as well. From the bottom of the boot to the top of the liner, it is around 13 inches. We'll measure the height of the liner in a minute, and we'll also measure the forefoot of the liner as well to kind of discuss who that loosely would work for in terms of fit. Remember, the best boot is the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. The liner height from inside the boot to the top is about 10.5 inches. So about average for most other boots out there. So when we measure this at the forefoot at the widest point, I'm gonna see, I like to set this up at about 1 inch in, and this is about 3 3/4 wide at the forefoot. So it's a little bit narrower in there than some other boots on the market. If you heat mold, it's going to push that out a little bit, give you a little bit more space, not a lot. This is actually a really good liner for heat molding. You shouldn't have any problems with that. Get that done. That would be my suggestion. It speeds up the break-in process for you. Like what we're doing over here? Want to support us further? Swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. All right, this has been my boot breakdown of the Nitro Team Double Boa boot. If this isn't the boot for you, maybe you need to go watch one of our other boot breakdowns.